Is Harry Kane going to leave Tottenham in the next transfer window? It's a question that could have been, and has been, asked at any point over the last few years. Sometimes he's seemed destined to be a one-club man in North London, while at other points he's looked like being days away from packing his bags and moving on. Various clubs in recent seasons have been on the verge of signing Kane, but for now, Manchester United looks like the most likely destination for the England captain. This is Football Reality, and today we're exploring why Kane should choose United over Spurs. Harry Kane hasn't won much silverware over his career. Okay, we won't exactly be up for hot take of the year with that line, and we aren't trying to trigger you Tottenham and England fans out there. But the facts are the facts. In the 12 years since Kane made his Tottenham debut, he's won a grand total of 0 major trophies, only taking silver medals twice in the EFL Cup and once in the Champions League, to go with the one he got with England at Euro 2020. Kane has stated very recently that Tottenham should be winning trophies, and he expressed his desire to win team honours more than once when a move to Manchester City looked imminent. It's clearly on his mind. Now, Manchester United haven't exactly been swimming in trophies like a football club equivalent of Scrooge McDuck in recent years, but since Kane's debut season in Spurs' first team, they have won 5, which, if our calculations are correct, is 5 more than Tottenham. If that record continues, Kane would expect to wait just 2 or 3 seasons at Old Trafford to win something. Turning 30 in the summer, he should have more than enough time to do that, but he can't afford to wait around much longer at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Let's dwell on that most recent Man United trophy win. It was won just a month ago, as United cruised past Newcastle in the EFL Cup final, their first silverware under Erik ten Hag. After the match, the Dutchman suggested his work at Old Trafford was only getting started, speaking about how the EFL Cup should create a desire to win more. Judging by the way Ten Hag has helped United turn a corner in recent months, no one should have reason to doubt the desire will be there, and not much reason that the trophies will follow. There are no guarantees in football, of course, but Ten Hag does seem to be building something special in Manchester. Compare that to the current situation at Tottenham. Spurs have stagnated in recent years, not coming close to winning anything since the 2019 Champions League final defeat, not playing the most attractive football, and little faith that Antonio Conte is really taking them forward. Tottenham have recently been likened to the Arsenal teams late into Arsene Wenger's tenure, winning nothing but treating Champions League qualification like a trophy, only to get dumped out of the competition with no more than a whimper. The team making big steps in the right direction, or the team going nowhere fast? It shouldn't be a tough question for Harry Kane. The way we've been talking, you would think Tottenham and Manchester United are worlds apart right now, when, in reality, only 2 points separate them in the league, with United in 3rd and Spurs in 4th. Spurs could see a turnaround under Conte, or perhaps a successor, qualify for the Champions League this season, get right back in contention for the title with a couple of good transfer windows, and perhaps win a domestic cup. What's more, United's EFL Cup could be the extent of their success, and they could go right back to where they were this time last year. Stranger things have happened, but all the signs are that, other than a cup win for Spurs, that won't be happening. Of course, while Kane has so few medals in his cabinet, he has plenty of Golden Boot, top goalscorer and Player of the Year awards instead. So at least there's something in the cabinet. Thank goodness that trip to IKEA wasn't wasted. Winner of the Golden Boot at the 2018 World Cup, he's also been the Premier League's top marksman in 3 separate seasons. All those goals for Spurs and England have taken Kane to 2 huge milestones this season. At the World Cup in Qatar, his 2 goals took him to 53 for the 3 lines, equaling Wayne Rooney's record as England's all-time leading goalscorer. Then, in February, Kane scored the winner for Tottenham against Manchester City. Yes! Yes! To take him to 267 goals for Spurs, making him the club's record goalscorer, surpassing the 266 Jimmy Greaves had scored by the time he left White Hart Lane in 1970. While Kane needs 1 more to become England's top scorer outright, the one main target still in his sights is the Premier League record goalscorer. Currently, it's Alan Shearer on 260, while Kane is back in 3rd on 203. 58 goals to break the record is a lot to ask of a striker approaching 30 years old, whose chances could be completely scuppered by a lengthy injury layoff. Kane's partnership with Son Heung-min is deserving of a place in the Premier League Hall of Fame, but the Korean has had a quieter season this time, and questions remain over whether they will ever be on quite the same level again. A move to Man United not only keeps Kane in the Premier League and able to chase the record, but in Marcus Rashford, Antony, Bruno Fernandes and his old Tottenham pal Christian Eriksen, Kane has a crazy number of options to strike up a partnership with. As we said, United are moving in the right direction, so what can Kane bring to them? Well, goals, obviously. That's a given, but particularly Kane can fill an attacking role that United have a vacancy for right now. Wout Weghorst was brought in as a short-term fix after Cristiano Ronaldo's departure, and the Dutchman has not done enough so far to merit a longer contract. Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial can play through the middle, but a proper, out-and-out centre-forward would be a welcome boost to Ten Hag's squad. Moreover, while United have been more harmonious this season, questions remain over the team leadership. Harry Maguire is the club captain, but seldom gets more than a handful of substitute appearances these days. Bruno Fernandes has been wearing the armband in his stead, but his recent tantrums against Liverpool convinced no one that he's a future permanent captain material. People tend to forget that Harry Kane isn't Tottenham captain, it's Hugo Lloris, yet clearly he's one of Spurs' leaders on and off the pitch. He is, of course, England captain, and has been since 2018, overseeing the most successful period in England's history since the 1960s, where he's been a model professional at all times. The final piece in the puzzle that United need? Maybe, just maybe. Kane wouldn't come cheap. Spurs chairman Daniel Levy is famous for driving a hard bargain, and Spurs have this week said once again that Kane is not for sale. The ongoing sale of Man U could derail things. Will the Glazers be willing to splash out on what would surely be a club record transfer when they're about to sell? If the takeover is complete before the end of the summer transfer window, either the Qataris, Jim Ratcliffe or another prospective owner, then the marquee signing of Kane could be just the one to get their tenure off to the perfect start with United fans. The only certainty right now is it's gonna be dramatic. There you have it. Trophies, leadership, the right fit for the system, and the chance to chase down more records. That's why Harry Kane should make the move to Manchester United. Do you agree with us? Would Kane be a better fit elsewhere? Or should he see out his career at Tottenham and finally bring a cup to the lane? Let us know your thoughts below, subscribe to Football Reality, and see you in our next video.